Alright, a punk coming at you here, and in this video we're going to rank the Cobra Law. We got Pythona in, and we're going to throw in Serpentor, because let's be honest, he was part of Cobra Law. So we got Nemesis Immortal, Once a Man Cobra Commander, Pythona, and Serpentor. So let's do a ranking right... I don't rank figures. Let's get into the video. Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Pythona, and I got the box open here, and she does come in the nice shipper, which is really good because the figure, when they sent it, literally was just thrown in the box. Not even that crappy packaging, so at least we know that it's going to stay well, hopefully it won't get beat up unless the box gets beat up. But anyway, here we are. This is the San Diego, oh no, not the San Diego Comic-Con. This is the, I don't know, the New York Comic-Con slash Japan Comic-Con. I don't know, it's some sort of exclusive. But anyway, if you're a Pulse Premium member, you can go get this. I believe that it's still there, which tells me that they understand that people want this, so they made more. Or maybe people just don't like Cobra Law. I don't know, because I don't know what the production run is. But anyway, here we are. We can see everything that she does come with. We got your Cobra symbol, G.I. Joe, everything that she has. Kind of looks like a Shizor right there from Shadows of the Empire. Right here we have 172 in the line. Some great artwork right there. It has that gloss to it, which I believe is what Once a Man Cobra Commander might have had. And then here we can see the file card and the QR code that takes you straight to Cobra Law, which is probably worse than hell. On the back here, we see Pythona. We can see kind of some of the things that she has. Unfortunately, the lighting in here against this glossiness is making it very difficult to see. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Do we really care about seeing this in the package? No, you don't. You want to see her opened up. So anyway, let's get to that. But before I do, if you like this type of content, you like when I drop a G.I. Joe Classified, please take a second. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Cobra Law Classified. Alright, so here she is, and as you can see, I have so many other things. I brought down the rest of Cobra Law, so I can kind of put them with her, so you can see how it goes. But all these Operation Monster Force, it may be perfect if you want to build your Cobra Law. Alright, so I like to start off with the accessories. There's a lot of stuff, and there is no reuse because she's a very unique character. So, quickly, we'll start off with her... I kind of remember these from the movie. She kind of cuts through things. Looking at this here, it has like this energy blade, and then you have the handle, which is two snakes piercing into it. Detail is pretty good. There's not really any paint. It's this translucent pink, and then it looks like they probably painted this, but it looks good. I don't see any rub on it or anything. So. And they're going to give you two, so she can kind of dual wield these if you wish. Alright, we have this monster, this little face hugger, I believe. It also looks like something else. But this is a family-friendly show. Alright, so you have the pink on the bottom, some nice detail, and the paint does look good. And it has this weird green, but you can see all the texture through it. It does have arms that move, so you're able to articulate it. The one underneath here doesn't look like it is, so that one just kind of goes underneath. And then it has these really disgusting teeth. And right into the center, it kind of looks like a sarlacc. So you got the sarlacc pit just kind of coming up there. And I guess you could probably make it look like a sarlacc, to be honest, and you do forced photography. But all in all, a decent looking thing. Here we have the giant clam, right? That's one of the clams, I think. This one here, it has all these spikes. It's kind of spitting out its tongue or teeth. You can see the white protruding into the pink, but the detail on it, the nice texture, I think that looks pretty good. Only 2 different colors, so. And then we have the open one, right? Don't want to get your hand stuck in that thing. All right. So, oh, it looks like other things. It looks like other things. So, Thanos Copter, I hope you got yourself a set of this, because I think there's a lot of things you could use. Anyway, it's supposed to open up here, and then you have, I believe that was like a saliva or some sort of mucus or whatever. All in all, decent. It creates your Cobra Law, whatever, army. Here we have a turtle with a snapping turtle, as you can see. No, it's some sort of parasite, I believe, or bed bug. Ooh, don't want to find one of these in your bed, now do you? But it's got these like scales. This is what happens when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles get the bad mutagen. But anyway, you got 4 little legs on one side. You got 4 on this side. They don't articulate at all. It's got a different color bottom, so it's hard shell, and that thing is nasty. Maybe nastier than the scorpion, the giant scorpion we recently got. All right, so here we have a. I guess these are eels, something like that, like 4 different heads, and they're all different. So you got one that's open here. You can see the eyes. They really went hard with this color scheme in pink. Here's an open one. You can see the teeth right there. Open mouth, which does look pretty good. You had a more closed mouth with the eyes, and then you have this guy's like, I'm full, I don't need any more. But all the texture and the detail in it, it does look good. It looks like it's going to wrap around her arm, so she can kind of maybe be throwing it. I forget the movie. When it came to the theaters, I didn't even want to see it again, because Cobra Law was not my thing, but I really like Classified. And even the Cobra Law figures, they've made awesome. So, all right. Then we have her diamond, because women love diamonds. All right. So it looks pretty good. I don't know how it stands. I kind of remember this. All right. Again, I'm reviewing action figures. But it's pink. Goes along with her scheme. Flat on the top. Then it has just this like diamond on the bottom. Then we get these multiple hands. So she has her, let's not lose everything, her fists. So 2 fists. Pretty good. She needs those. It has the purple that wraps around. And then she has some nice fingers. I think that looks pretty good. These are actually going to actuate, looks like, up and down here. I'm not going to try and move it until it's actually in there. And then we have this, her cutting through, if I remember correctly, she cuts through the Terradrome to get into it, or with the fence. I think she cuts through the fence. I think she cuts through the Terradrome. And you can see the stuff just kind of dripping down. I believe it's like whatever I don't know. I'll let you guys tell me what it is. It's been a long time. Again, I'm reviewing an action figure. But she cuts through it. You can see the big long nail right there. And then you can see the way this goes up through there. All right. And then we have this one. And this is some sort of smoke. I truly don't remember. I feel like I should go watch the movie. But she has this smoke around it. All right. These nice long black nails. You can see how it goes underneath there. You got a little bit of paint rub right there, I think. So, and then we're going to get an extra piece of hair, because she has this ponytail. Wow, it's kind of like a ponytail. Sticks up the top. Again, like Shizor from Shadows of the Empire. And when you look here, it's got some nice detail. This kind of pops out. So just the different strands like that give it depth. All right, you got the little purple wrapping around there. And then this is her vampire look. So she fit in perfect with Operation Monster Force, if maybe that's the aesthetic you want to go for. but she kind of has those snake eyes right around there. These tattoos or whatever they are, eyebrows. You can see the green teeth. You got the nice lips. She has the teeth. She has these earrings because even though she might be a monster, she wants to accessorize herself. She has some Spock ears, so she might be Vulcan or Romulan. And we can take this, and that thing's going to pop right on the top. Now, the reason for this is she has two different sets, two different types. The one long one and the one shorter one. All right, as for the actual figure, let's quickly go through this. All right, so this one, I'd like this better, though this is going to work really well with everything else I have right here. So here we go. You can look at her eyes. Again, still has the snake eyes. She has a more blank look to her, but still has the lipstick, the tattoos running up there, and then she has the earrings. They're just kind of dangling right there. She has this really long hair piece, and again, it is nice. She can move it around, and you don't really have to worry about it breaking. It's pliable enough. It pops off. You may have to worry about losing it. So if you want the long one on, you can have that there, or it pops off that easy. We can pop the other one on. All right, as we come down, we see a very distinct body. I don't know what else you can do. There's no really reusing this buck, okay? This is what makes it an exclusive. But you can see all this detail, okay? This organic suit that she's wearing. All right? And I hate to look at all this stuff, but again, you can just kind of see the way it looks all on her breasts and everything as it comes down her arms. I mean, the suit looks like it's kind of been worn maybe. And then when you get here, you can kind of see what looks to me like some sort of organic ability. She has the hands that actually have trigger fingers, which is good because, hell, maybe I want her firing an M4. All right, the nice long black fingernails. And then same with on this arm. We get the same look, same design, running straight down. As we get down through her midsection to her crotch piece, the same detail there. All the way going down here, which you have all this detail that just follows. And again, it's very organic looking, and that's what they're supposed to be like. All right, but underneath it, you can tell it's some sort of bodysuit that she's wearing. All right, it's going to wrap around her calves. And then you can see she's wearing those, now if this is a suit, this is those really creepy toed shoes. And she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toes on one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toes on that side. All right, so there you go. You can look at it this way. As for her articulation, she can look up about that far, and then she can look down that far. She's got a T-pose, depending on where her arm is. Wow. T-pose is only going to go up so far unless if I twist the shoulder. All right. So I can twist the shoulder to make it work. Then you have your bicep swivel, pinless double elbows. All right. She has her wrists that are going to swivel. Bicep right there. She does have butterfly joints. And you see how those are kind of crossing over? That's basically how the butterfly joints should work. All right, maybe it should be a little bit better, but they do tend to work. All right, she has the diaphragm cut, which only allows so much maneuverability, though she is allowed to kind of rock around, so she can turn that far over, through everything. She can only bend over that far and bend back. I'll say it again, ab crunch is better. And again, she can look side to side. There is her Jean-Claude Van Damme drop down hips, as you can see right there. Pop them back into place. A thigh swivel. Man, this tight. Double pinless knees. And then we get down to the bottom, and she has no boot cut. But she has her ankle rockers, and they're going to allow her to move. All right. So, we can quickly look at her cape. And when you look at that, it has scales throughout it, which gives her a lot of depth to this actual character. and it has the cuts all through the bottom. And on the inside, it's just that purple, but it is something that looks pretty nice. Much better than that that Emma Frost Marvel Legends that I just got. And she does have the hood. So hold on. You pop that off. Should probably have this on here. Matter of fact, what we'll do is we'll pop this head on. Bear with me, guys. And again, if you're new to the channel, I do this because I like to show you exactly what you're going to get right out of the box. And if you think if it's going to be too difficult, or you can just kind of see how difficult it might be, or what you might miss. All right. So there you have the hood. This looks like she's just kind of toying around with people with their face like that. All right. So we want to pop the hand off. We pop that hand off. That goes to the other side. And throw this on. You can make it kind of tearing through the fence. If only I had a fence. Oh, I do. I was just joking. I know I had a fence before I said that. All right. So here you go there. So that's how easy the hands pop off. Not a problem at all. And then we're going to throw these back on here. You guys kind of know my feelings on punchy hands. They're good only for so much. All right. So this here is what I was talking about. I think you can kind of wrap this around. And then you can kind of make it the same way the Baroness and the Coil Cycle uses that. I really don't like this head sculpt, to be honest. I like the other one better. But maybe once you give her Tom Poe's weird ponytail, there you go. So we can kind of throw it up just like this. And now you can kind of recreate your Cobra Law scenes. I don't fully remember how these guys went. Again, it's been a long time since I've seen the movie. It really disappointed me that Duke didn't die. Thank you, Optimus Prime. Now, as for how does she compare in size to these figures, well, that's what some might be thinking. If you don't know, Serpentor is extremely large, all right? So, as for her standing, we'll get to Serpentor in a second. Cloth good capes, which is nice. We need more cloth good. All right, so we can stand her fine. Don't need a stand for it. Can we get her on 1 foot? She might be a little difficult, only because her feet are kind of weirdly shaped. Or you get her stand at 1 foot really quickly. All right. As for how does she stand compared to these guys, well, you can grab Nemesis Immortal. They're in Serpentor. And she is much shorter than him, as we can see, even with the ponytail sticking up right there. As for Cobra Commander, once a man, Cobra Commander, that is. She is shorter than he is. And as for Serpentor, well, we got to get him. All right, as for Serpentor, if you don't have Serpentor, that is how much bigger Serpentor is. He almost fits with... I'll just show you how tall he is. This is a regular standard G.I. Joe figure. Well, standard size. He's a head taller. He almost fits in with the McFarlane figure. So, but anyway, it's not about Serpentor. It is about Pythona. Stop falling. And again, she looks really good. And if you're really into, if you're really into the Cobra Law, I think you're going to like it. I know people have been waiting for Pythona. If you're into this Operation Monster Force, I think it's going to fit. If you're into Ghost Rider, you could probably fit her in with your Marvel Legends. There's so many things that you can do with her that might not be G.I. Joe related. But that's up to you to decide what you want to do, okay? Now it's time to wrap this up. All right, so there is your G.I. Joe Classified Pythona. Kind of an underwhelming figure, to be 100% honest. I mean, for everything that people wanted, and again, I'm not a huge Cobra Law fan, so maybe I'm the wrong person to say if I like it or not. I feel like sometimes when they do these females, they're going to struggle to stand to hold their accessories, and I'm not really sure how I feel exactly about this just yet. I need to play around with it a little bit more. They put a lot of detail into it. Different head sculpts, 2 different types of hair. You got the soft goods cape here, all the different Cobra Law stuff. So you are going to get a lot with her for being an exclusive. And I don't really know how you can reuse too much of this stuff. Maybe you're going to reuse, you know, some of those accessories with some other Cobra Law stuff. We know we got the Royal Guard coming, and who knows, they'll probably have some more characters. Maybe they'll have a female Cobra Law citizen. I don't really know. This is a figure you can only do so much with. But anyway, there it is. If you want it, go get it. I believe it's still available on Pulse, at least as of this recording. But you know what? I've talked about this long enough. You've stuck around, and I appreciate it. So please, if you haven't yet, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a classified review. Now, don't go anywhere. Maybe you're new here and you're like, man, have you ever reviewed any other classified? Well, you're in luck. I have it. It's right here. And down here will be a playlist of all the G.I. Joe Classified, which, as you can see, is all of them.